Can you believe this? The Western media is reporting that the United States of America thwarted, allegedly, India's plan to kill a Sikh separatist. The attempt through the report is clear that an evil, intolerant India is trying to launch attacks on random American citizens, and that an alert USA is foiling all of these plans. Do they think we cannot see through the irony in this all? Do they not see the visible visual evidence that the Khalistani separatist, one in this case, who America is defending, who has misused American soil, who has misused American freedom of speech, misused American laws to regularly issue murder threat to kill Indian citizens, Indian diplomats, Hindu community members, and constantly encourage violent disturbances across India over a non-issue? I will not run his words again, not on this platform. Why should I give him that attention? The videos are all over the public domain. So hang on. I'm sure you know about Gurpantwan Singh Pannun's murderous threat and those videos, his actions, his meetings with Pakistan spy agents and similar instances of Khalistani radicalism that is increasing. Pretty sure then that the American intelligence agencies know this too. And yet they have chosen not to take action against him, not to arrest, not to subdue his call for violence, but giving out source-based information instead that India tried to assassinate him and USA saved him. Quite ironic if you ask me. Talking about America, they are the ones lecturing India or any other country for that matter over assassinations in self-defense. Who killed Osama bin Laden discreetly in Pakistan in 2011? The radical Islamist leader of terror group Al-Qaeda was in precise ground operation executed by the US Navy SEAL, with images of then President Barack Obama and the armed forces senior officers watching the operation live. Muammar Gaddafi ruled Libya with an iron fist for 42 years. In 2011, he was pulled out of a drainage pipe, dragged on the roads and killed. It was a rebel militia group that had waged a violent movement against him. But the NATO countries led by United States of America had been involved in combat missions in Libya and believed to have led from behind against Gaddafi. The BBC called it a new kind of foreign policy success of Barack Obama's administration. 2003, Saddam Hussein, Iraq's president, found in a hole in Iraq by the US-led forces and executed after a trial. Oh, and who killed Ayman al-Zawahiri in 2022? Just like Osama bin Laden, Al-Qaeda leader Zawahiri had announced war on America and was killed by the US in a strike, exactly how Osama bin Laden was. All of these direct, indirect assassinations were then branded war on terror to save Americans and to save the world. The world, in fact, supported United States of America. The world realized that jihadist violence, radical Islamist violence cannot be encouraged to retain power control and inflict brutalities on innocents. But today, when India simply expresses concern and regularly with evidence about extremists who are blatantly plotting against Indians, that somehow becomes a problem. Should the United States of America not join in this mission against terror now and help India? Because help me understand, why not? Who's to say who is planning assassination attempts? Because Khalistanis have in fact succeeded in assassinations. Former Prime Minister Indira Gandhi was shot dead at her official residence. The Kanishka aircraft bombing in 1985, which led to the loss of life of 329 innocent people, is what we all remember. The Khalistanis, backed by Pakistan, have shelter in Pakistan, constantly provoke members of the Sikh community against India. Sikhs who counter these dangerous plans of the Khalistanis are bullied into silence or never seen again. Speaking of Pannun, here's a fun fact. Gurpantwan Singh Pannun is not just an American citizen. He is also a Canadian citizen. And we have all seen how Prime Minister Justin Trudeau loves to protect armed civilians like Hardeep Singh Nijjar and blame India instead with claims, not evidence, while ignoring gang wars, increase in anti-India activities on his nation's soil. So Pannun for now has dual citizenship of both USA and Canada. enjoying best of both worlds, dishing out creative videos of rockets being launched toward India's Red Fort. It may all seem flimsy, funny, but it also includes direct threats and still finds shelter by his governments. When Indian agencies send alert of growing dangerous movement on their soil, for some reason Canada and now clearly the USA refuse to accept. Then the report goes on to claim that the Biden administration has faced criticism for deepening relations with India because Prime Minister is Narendra Modi of a Hindu nationalist party and is accused of fomenting violence against ethnic minorities. USA has strengthened relationship and collaborations with countries ranging from Saudi Arabia to Russia to China, each one led by a conservative, right-wing, even dictators for decades, whose human rights record reflect what absolute power looks like. India, for now, is definitely nowhere close to how these governments function. America is also allies with Italy, Argentina and the Netherlands, where now right-wing conservative politicians are winning elections. But somehow India gets to be cornered and criticized for simply saying, your country's soil is being misused for violence against India. Stop it. That violence, wildfire will eventually harm your Western civilizations too. Coincidentally, on the same day, another international news portal, The Intercept, quotes, the Indian Government Intelligence Agency, the Research and Analysis Wing or RAW, has been planning to assassinate and target Sikh and Kashmiri activists living in foreign countries according to, wait for it, secret Pakistani intelligence assessments. Quoting Pakistani intelligence, whose establishment is literally the den of terrorism across the world, which has destroyed Kashmir Valley civilization in the past 40 years, continues to infiltrate terrorists now to Rajouri in Jammu, a Pakistan where Hindu, Sikh, Christian minorities, specifically young women and girls, are persecuted on a daily basis, where nobody bats an eyelid over blasphemy lynching, is being quoted by an international news portal to say India is running a transnational assassination program. I mean, who in their dignified journalistic capacity would quote Pakistani intelligence documents to make a point against India? Unless to defend why Pakistan's soil is a comfortable shelter to criminals, to gangsters who masquerade as activists. As I conclude, there is a famous saying, it is easier to pull someone down than to pull them up, especially when one is finding a voice of their own, attracting success and standing up to bullies. India will confront the bullies at her door. Now she will question and also expose who aim to create disturbances, not to be on the defensive anymore. And those who shelter the bullies today should know one fact, that a Frankenstein is known to charge back at the creator. Thank you for watching.